This is 3 News Now, your daily update on everything Northeast Ohio with Stephanie Haney.
Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to 3 News Now on this Monday, July 18th. I'm Stephanie Haney. Thank you for being here for our top stories from WKYC.com and our WKYC app. Here on 3 News Now, we bring you the stories that matter most to you. These are the stories that you are clicking on, reading, and sharing from our website and from our app. And we start today with a development in the city of Akron. We are now learning that as the investigation continues into the police shooting of Jayland Walker, that the city of Akron is looking for help to get dash cam cameras in their police vehicles, which is something that they had not previously had. Now, this came to light after Akron Police Chief Stephen Mylett responded to questions about whether there was dash camera footage of the police shooting of Jayland Walker, which happened on June 27th, and he said, no, our cars here don't have dash cameras on them. There is only body camera footage. So what we have learned is that the city is looking into how to get cameras into the cars, and they have asked the Ohio governor, elected officials have asked the Ohio governor for funding to take care of the project. Here's the direct quote from Chief Mylett. The elected officials sent a letter to the Ohio governor asking for dollars to fund this project because it is costly. Now, this comes after a conversation between Chief Mylett and Akron Mayor Dan Horgan. They met with the Black elected officials of Summit County. This was on Sunday to talk about issues within the city that included dash cams. And Chief Mylett went on to say, I think it will only enhance our ability to tell the public what we're doing, how we're doing it, why we're doing it, and under what circumstances. Now, as a reminder, this conversation has been brought to light after the shooting and the killing of Jayland Walker on June 27th. He was 25 years old. He was shot and killed by 8 Akron police officers. What we have learned from the Summit County medical examiner's report, the autopsy report, is that he had 46 wounds or grazes from bullets as a result of that interaction. That investigation is ongoing. Now, here in the city of Cleveland, Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb is clarifying the city's stance on abortion rights within the city limits. He is vowing to protect abortion rights and is pledging not to prosecute abortion-related crimes. Here's a quote from Mayor Justin Bibb. With the overturning of Roe v. Wade and the dangerous restrictions on abortion that have followed, the city is committed to protecting residents' ability to seek the reproductive health care options that they choose for themselves. Now, over the last few weeks, the city has been looking into accessing capabilities. They've been talking with community leadership. They've been working with city council and reaching out across the city and the country. Mayor Bibb says this is in the spirit of collaboration. Council President Blaine Griffin for the city of Cleveland said we must do everything in our power to defend a woman's right to choose what happens with her own body, not allow government or activist judges that control. So here are some of the things the city of Cleveland has pledged to do to protect abortion rights within its limits. The chief prosecutor, Aquila Jordan, in collaboration with law director Mark Griffin, have pledged that no city attorney will prosecute, refer for prosecution, or otherwise participate in charging any abortion-related crimes. This is well within the discretion of a prosecutor, and it's something that is well settled and perfectly legal. Something else the city will be doing, deprioritizing enforcement. Any investigation into and enforcement of criminal abortion-related charges will now become the lowest priority for the use of city resources. That includes personnel, time, and money, and it applies to all employees in the city's executive branch, including the police. Here's more information from the release on the deprioritizing of enforcement. While employees have a duty to uphold the law, the mayor must also make decisions about how the city spends its limited resources. For police, job number 1 is keeping Cleveland safe, not prioritizing enforcement of unjust restrictions against vulnerable people. This is even more important considering that both Cleveland and Cuyahoga County prosecutors have committed not to prosecute any abortion charges that reach their desk. Something else the city is looking into is creation of a reproductive freedom fund. So the mayor is working with the council to pass legislation to create a $100,000 reproductive freedom fund. What that would do is cover travel, planning, and lodging for Cleveland residents and city employees that seek a legal abortion in a nearby state. City employee insurance is something that is being looked into at the city level to determine whether all health insurance plans cover elective abortions if an employee seeks out-of-state care. Also, the city is making a commitment to not keeping pregnancy information. The reason this is being done is to make sure that anything that would be brought to light in any sort of circumstance is not used in future prosecution of an abortion-related crime or to stigmatize or retaliate against any individuals. Also, the city is making an effort to make sure that it's known that it will represent Clevelanders at the Ohio Supreme Court. The Ohio Supreme Court is currently considering a challenge to the state law banning abortions. It's the so-called heartbeat law. It bans abortions after the detection of fetal cardiac activity. Doctors disagree on whether you can actually call that a heartbeat or not at that point. That often happens at 6 weeks, so many people refer to this as the 6-week abortion ban. It is not a hard and fast 6-week abortion ban, but that is the law that we do have in place in Ohio right now. And the city of Cleveland will be filing an amicus brief in support of residents on behalf of overturning that abortion ban as it currently stands here in Ohio. Here's another quote from Mayor Justin Bibb on this topic. As we hear about more and more extreme measures being considered at the state level, my administration will continue to look at all possible options: executive, administrative, legislative, and from the bully pulpit. Reproductive rights are human rights, and I am committed to protecting those rights to the maximum extent that I can. Now, in sports-related news, Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson has reportedly already committed to suing the NFL if Sue Robinson, who is the arbitrator of his disciplinary hearing, comes back with a 1-year suspension for him related to sexual misconduct, harassment, and assault allegations. So we are waiting for that determination from Sue Robinson. Now, in the event that she does not find there was a violation of the NFL Code of Conduct, which Deshaun Watson has said that he has done nothing wrong this entire time, he has maintained his innocence. If she comes back that there has not been a violation, that's it. That's the end of the story. However, if she does come back and say that there was a violation or violations, she can issue a range of punishments under the NFL Personal Code of Conduct policy. So what we are hearing now, according to Charles Robinson of Yahoo Sports, is if the NFL gets its way, the NFL has asked for an indefinite suspension, which would be a minimum of 1 season, and then the possibility to apply for reinstatement after that first season. If the NFL gets its way, that Deshaun Watson will sue the NFL. Now, the first step, though, would be a situation where that gets appealed. So no matter what Sue Robinson issues, if it's any kind of punishment, it's likely that that will be appealed either to Roger Goodell or someone that he designates in order to hear that appeal. And then as far as the disciplinary hearing process is concerned, that would be the final say in the process, the result after the appeal. However, people have sued the NFL before with the help of the NFL Players Association. In 2015, Tom Brady sued the NFL over the 4-game suspension that he received as part of the Deflategate scandal. Now, his lawsuit was initially successful, but the suspension was reinstated on appeal. That's one example of a case where this has happened in the past. So, what we are hearing, according to reports, is if that 1-year suspension does come down from Sue Robinson and then potentially appeal to Roger Goodell or his designee, that Deshaun Watson is committed to suing the NFL over that. Now let's turn to baseball and the Cleveland Guardians and the 2022 Major League Baseball Draft. They've selected James Madison University outfielder Chase DeLauder, and that was with the 16th overall pick in the first round of the 2022 Major League Baseball Draft. So with that, he becomes the first draft pick from James Madison University to be taken in the first round of the Major League Baseball Draft. He sat down with MLB Network last month to talk about being recruited as a pitcher. So he started his college career as a pitcher, but then eventually becoming a first-round prospect as an outfielder. That's an interesting conversation. We have that video on WKYC.com, and if you want to get into all of his stats, we have those laid out for you on WKYC.com and in our WKYC app. And we've talked about football, we've talked about baseball. Let's talk a little bit about basketball, sort of, because the Cleveland Cavaliers have unveiled their new 2022-23 season jerseys today. And it's 3 different sets. There's white, there's wine, and there's black with accents of the new shade of metallic gold, no longer that mustardy gold. So let's talk about the association jersey first. It's white. It has the team's new script Cavs logo with a ball going through the V, and it looks like there's a net in the V. The lettering and the numbers are in the wine color, and there's metallic gold strike-through accents in that jersey. Now, I personally feel like this is a pretty casual looking jersey. It looks more to me like something that would look good on a t-shirt, for example. Now there's the Cleveland Icon jersey that's wine colored, and it's got Cleveland written across the chest, the metallic gold lettering and numbers with wine accents. And then the statement jersey is black, and it has the Cavs signature C logo on the chest, and the black has replaced the navy as the third primary color. So no more navy in the Cavs color scheme right now. So black for it. Now the shorts for each uniform have an enlarged logo, and that's on the left leg. The white and the wine uniforms have the signature C logo on the shorts, and then the black uniform has the script Cavs written on the shorts. So taking a look at what's being said online, some people are very happy with the new jerseys. Some people are thinking they're a little bit simple and wish there was a trim color, for example, around the neckline and around the arm holes, and that they maybe look more like a practice jersey because they're lacking these embellishments. Head to our WKYC Facebook page or let us know on Twitter what you think of the Cavs' new jersey look. I would love to know about it. We'll be talking about it today in the Trending Stories segment in Clicking in Cleveland on the 5 o'clock news. So let me know what you think about that. One more thing to let you know before we go here. If you are a Galley Boy fan and you live in Boardman, today is your day because the Swensons in Boardman opens today. It's officially open to the public now. And this is just a couple months after construction started at the new Boardman-Poland Road. And this is just south of Youngstown near the Pennsylvania border. So this is the 19th drive-in restaurant for Swensons, which you know is a big favorite of the kid from Akron, LeBron James. He loves his Swensons. And a lot of people love their Swensons. Last month, Swensons was given the title of Best Burger in Ohio for its Galley Boy. This was in a nationwide list from Reader's Digest. So if you want to get, according to Reader's Digest, the best burger in Ohio, you can now do that in Boardman as of today. All right, that's it for your 3 News Now update today for Monday, July 18th. I will see you back tomorrow with more 3 News Now.
Thanks for listening to 3 News Now with Stephanie Haney from WKYC Studios. Subscribe now so you never miss an update, and find more on everything you heard here on WKYC.com and in the WKYC app.